What is going on, fragrance family? It's the showdown we've all been waiting for. Lattafa, the house that gave us one of the most viral fragrances of all time, just dropped new flanker in the Asad line, and we know that Lattafa also introduced Asad Bourbon in 2025. So which one actually better? Is it the dark, mysterious, and powerful Asad Elixir? Or is it the smooth, seductive, and downright delicious Asad Bourbon? I knew I had to get both of these in for a proper throwdown. I have spent the last week putting them to the test on my skin, on clothes, in different weather, day and night. And today we're finally going to settle the score. We're breaking down the scent, the performance, the value, and everything in between to figure out which one of these really deserves your money. This is Asad Elixir versus Asad Bourbon. Let's get into it. If you are new to the channel, I am here to give you the truth. Welcome to Scent Analysis. We go beyond the first spray to track performance hours later. Join our community of fragrance lovers who want facts, not fluff. Like, share, and subscribe for your weekly dose of scent science. Alright, before we start spraying, let's get to know our two fighters. We have the highly anticipated Lattafa Asad Elixir. Just calling something elixir sets a crazy high expectation, right? It suggests something more powerful, more concentrated, and more refined. The presentation is definitely slick. This matte black gunmetal bottle feels heavy and serious in the hand. The buzz online is all about whether this can take the crown from the original Asad. The notes sound incredible. You've got grapefruit, saffron, and pink pepper up top, a heart of tobacco, cedar, and vanilla, and a base of frankincense, patchouli, and amber. On paper, this thing sounds like a complex, spicy, and woody beast. And in the other corner, Lattafa Asad Bourbon. The name alone makes you think of warmth, sweetness, and that boozy, rich vibe. This one popped up promising a gourmand twist on that Asad DNA. The bottle might look similar, but the vibe is totally different. Everyone's buzzing about its sweet, chocolate, and vanilla goodness. And the notes back that up. We're talking top notes of lavender and pink pepper with a juicy, morable plum. The heart is where the magic is supposed to be, with cacao, nutmeg, and divana. It all sits on a base of rich bourbon, vanilla, amber, and vetiver. It sounds absolutely delicious and super inviting. So we have two very different takes from the same family. One seems like a dark, spicy powerhouse, and the other a sweet, warm, inviting gourmand. Let's see how they actually smell. Round 1, the opening. Elixir opening is sharp and commanding. You get an immediate hit of that zesty, slightly bitter grapefruit and a kick from the pink pepper. The inclusion of saffron in the top notes adds a leathery, slightly sweet and earthy texture right from the first spray. This gives the elixir a denser, richer feel compared to the original Asad. It feels multi-layered from the first spray. It's got a mature, serious kind of freshness, not a playful citrus one. It really grabs your attention and lets you know it means business. It's clean, spicy, and unapologetically masculine. If you are familiar with the original Lattafa Asad, Elixir opening is less aggressively spicy, less black pepper, and more focused on that mass-appealing citrus saffron blend. Alright, now for Asad Bourbon. Whoa, a completely different universe. The opening here is instantly softer, sweeter, and more playful. That lavender gives it a clean, almost classic barbershop touch, but it's quickly wrapped up in this juicy, jammy sweetness from the morable plum. The pink pepper is in here too, but it does something totally different. For the opening, this is tough. Elixir is impressive, it's complex, but bourbon is just so damn likable from the very first sniff. If I had to pick one for pure, immediate wow factor and mass appeal, I think I would have to give a slight edge to Asad Bourbon. However, just after 5 minutes of first spray, I think Elixir is impressive. Yes, I personally lean towards Asad Elixir, but for this series, personal preference is out the window. This is a raw competition, judged round by round. Now, the opening performance, is it a true 10 out of 10 for either? If we're being strict, not really. But when you pit Asad Bourbon directly against the Elixir, they cancel each other out. So for round 1, I'm calling it a draw. The 10/10s you see isn't about perfection, it's because they are perfectly matched. But don't go anywhere, because the real separation starts in the next round. Round 2, the dry down. The opening is just the first chapter. The dry down is the real story. It's what you're stuck with 4 hours. I've let these settle for a bit, and the differences are night and day. Let's go back to Asad Elixir. That sharp, peppery grapefruit has calmed down, and the heart is really shining now. The tobacco note is coming through, and it's beautiful. This isn't a dirty ashtray smell. It's a rich, slightly sweet, leafy tobacco, like a fresh, unlit cigar. It's blended with a dry, aromatic cedar wood that gives it this solid, woody foundation. And weaving through all of that is this incredible, resinous frankincense from the base, which adds a smoky, almost mystical vibe. The vanilla is there, but it's not a sweet, foody vanilla. It's a dry vanilla that's just there to smooth everything out. Asad Elixir dries down into a very sophisticated, mature, and powerful woody, spicy scent. It feels dark, elegant, and it has a presence. Now let's check on Asad Bourbon. The fruity plum has taken a step back, and we are now deep in gourmand territory. The star of the show is the cacao. It's a dry, dusty cocoa powder scent, not a sweet milk chocolate bar. It's paired perfectly with a pinch of warm nutmeg, and the whole thing smells like a fancy dessert. As it dries down even more, that bourbon vanilla makes its entrance, and it is glorious. It's a rich, deep, and slightly boozy vanilla that mixes with the cacao and a warm amber to create this ridiculously cozy and seductive aura. In the dry down, Elixir wins this round. But for pure, cozy deliciousness, bourbon is just a knockout. Round 3, longevity and projection. This is the round that can make or break a fragrance for a lot of us. A great scent that vanishes in an hour is just a huge letdown. So, how did these two hold up? Let's talk about Asad Elixir. The name Elixir promises beast mode, and honestly, it delivers. This fragrance is a monster. I consistently get insane longevity out of this. That's a 10+ hour fragrance, easy. On clothes, forget about it, it lasts so long. Projection is also huge. For the first 2 hours, it pushes out and creates a serious scent bubble. People will smell you. After that, it calms down a little, but still projects within arm's length for hours more. It's strong without being obnoxious. The performance is just top tier. Now over to Asad Bourbon. As a gourmand, you might expect it to be loud, but it's actually much more polite. On my skin, I get a very respectable for 2 8 hours of longevity, which is great for the price. The projection, though, is a totally different beast compared to Elixir. It really shines for the first hour and a half, maybe even two, creating this super cozy, inviting vibe that just feels great. After that, it settles down into a more intimate skin scent. You'll catch whiffs of it, and someone close to you definitely will, but it's not going to announce your arrival from across the room. So, for the performance round, we have a clear, decisive winner. Asad Elixir is the undisputed king. The longevity and projection are just in another league. It absolutely lives up to that Elixir name. The final verdict, which one should you buy? Alright, we've covered the scent, we've covered the performance. Now it's time for the final verdict and which one is actually worth your cash. Lattafa is a brand built on value, and both of these deliver. Asad Bourbon is an amazing deal for a gourmand fragrance. For this price, getting a scent that smells this smooth and delicious with a solid 6 to 8 hours of longevity is a steal. It's perfect for fall and winter, great for dates, or even the office since its polite projection won't choke anyone out. It's an easy, safe, and super satisfying buy if you love those sweet, cozy, chocolate vanilla scents. Asad Elixir, on the other hand, feels more premium. It might cost a little more, but you're getting a much more complex fragrance with absolutely monstrous performance. This thing is so versatile. You can wear it casually, but it really comes alive in more formal settings or on a night out when you want to make a statement. It has the quality and depth to go toe to toe with fragrances that cost 3 times as much. The value here is in its complexity and its beast mode performance. But before I give you my final answer, I want to hear from you. Have you tried these? Which one is your winner? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read all of them, and I'm really curious to see where the community lands on this one. And hey, if you're enjoying the breakdown, do me a solid and hit that like button and subscribe for more. Conclusion, and the winner is. Okay, the moment of truth. They are both so good at what they're trying to do. Based on its incredible complexity, its refined character, and its absolute monster performance, the ultimate winner of this showdown, the new king of the Asad line, has to be Lattafa Asad Elixir. But that does not make Asad Bourbon a loser, not even close. If you are looking for a powerful, versatile, and mature signature scent that will last all day and then some, get Asad Elixir. It's the superior fragrance overall and the complete package. But if you're a fan of sweet, cozy, gourmand scents and you want something delicious by Asad Bourbon, it's a beautiful, comforting scent that will pull in compliments. That's a wrap for today, my friends. Thanks a ton for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you don't miss out. Stay fragrant, and I'll catch you in the next one.